Can you guys guess which one of these webcams am I using right now to record this video? This is not a sponsored video, by the way, but both of these webcams are Creative. This is Creative Livecam Sync 4K, and this is Creative Livecam Sync V3. Ugly naming, I know, but very huge difference on their boxes, right? 2K resolution, 4K resolution. Can you guess which one I'm using right now to record this video? Let's go ahead and find out. The Creative Livecam box, as you can see, is again substantially bigger than the 2K counterpart, right? Or what they call V3. I believe there's already like a V2 and then there's this a V3. So it says here 4K UHD webcam with backlight compensation, webcam UHD 4K, and a lot of other stuff. Now on the back, it says key features 4K UHD, again, resolution up to 4K. It can also go down, of course, 1080p, backlight compensation, 95-degree viewing angle. Now that is very wide compared to other webcams out there like the Logitech's. 360 horizontal vertical orientation, dual built-in microphone, button control, plug and play, UVC compliant, smart comms kit. Now for the 2K, again, this is just a small one. As you can see, it's just 2K QHD, it says here. But the good thing about this, it has 4 times zoom. It also has dual built-in microphone, again, touch control for that, and up to 95% viewing angle. Then you can also change that. But yeah, let's go ahead and check the inside of this. As you can see, the 4K one is a little bit bigger, right, than the 2K or the V3. You might hear me calling the V3 2K because of 2K resolution, but again, the 4K is a little bit bigger for the body itself compared to the V3 or the 2K, but they look the same, right? They also have this tripod mount, monitor stand if you want to clip it into the monitor. The difference about this one is it has some buttons on the top, like a mute toggle, and then a one push button for backlight compensation, which I would have rather prefer like the V3, which is like a touch sensitive control to adjust the POV. I actually prefer that than the backlight compensation. But it also has this privacy shutter, which is just rubberized compared to the V3, which is like a hard plastic or something. But let's go ahead and plug it in and let's see the difference here. Now again, can you guess which one I'm using? By the way, this is the Creative Livecam Sync V3, the one that I've been using for my previous videos and my most recent video. This is the one that I use as well. And then we just installed just today to review the Creative Livecam Sync 4K, right? Again, the bigger box right here. This is the old one that I have, and I just purchased this 4K and to use it right now. I can't really tell though if there's a lot difference, right? If there's like a huge difference. So hopefully you can help me down the comment below to see for your eyes which one is better, right? Now again, this is the 4K. So swapping it back, this is the Creative Livecam Sync V3, which honestly speaking, guys, I kind of prefer, right? I'm gonna point out some differences here, but I think I prefer this one, Creative Livecam Sync V3. Also, this one, of course, cheaper. I remember purchasing this, is it a couple of months ago, right? Several months ago, maybe even a year ago. I purchased this Creative Livecam Sync V3 for about 2,700 Philippine pesos. And then I purchased this new one, the CamSync 4K, for about 3,300 pesos, just like yesterday, right? The other day. This CamSync 4K is actually around 3,700, almost 3,800 Philippine pesos coupon, right? And I was able to lower down the price into just 3,300. So pretty good deal, right? Pretty good deal. So again, this is the 4K. Swapping back to CamSync V3. Let me know down in the comments below if you're seeing which one is better. I think the 4K is a little bit sharper, although it looks a little bit slower. No? This one is more realistic, right? Compared to the 4K. I think this is slower, or maybe it's just because of the viewing angle. But both of them are on 30 FPS right now. Although the V3 is on 1440p resolution, it's maximum one, while the 4K is on 4K resolution, 30 FPS as well. Now the good thing about the CamSync 4K, you can also lower it down to 1080p, and it will offer you a little bit higher FPS, which is 40 FPS, right? Which is weird, right? I would have liked it to be 60. I don't know why it doesn't have any 60. It'll be 40, and it's a little bit faster than 30. Let me know down in the comments below which one do you really prefer. I think, again, I love the look of the CamSync V3, especially the response in it, but I can appreciate the details on the 4K, right? For example, my shirt here, if you notice, my shirt in 4K is a little bit more detailed with the black accent and much more accurate color, right? Look at that, much more accurate color compared to my V3, which is just kind of like a mushy blue-green or something. But yeah, let me know down in the comments if you can see a huge difference there. Putting it a little bit closer here, CamSync V3 on bigger. Looks good. Again, it doesn't really look bad. It's a lot better than a lot of other webcam right there, especially the one that I had before, C922 or something like that. This is a lot better than that. However, one caveat, guys, these cameras, you have to calibrate them to find the sweet spot, right? So that's the thing. I'm gonna show you real quick right now the CamSync V3 when I unboxed it, and I haven't calibrated anything on it. So here it is. You can see it there, that it's totally different from what you are seeing right now. Again, going back, this is the V3, right? It looks a lot better right now compared to that one. And it's just about calibration and lighting. So again, you definitely get a much more better look when you calibrate them and when you put a better lighting, right? So as you can see here, the 4Sync is a little bit clearer. Again, V3 not so bad, but the shirt is a little bit blurry there, not much detail. I think this is the best time to check it out, because here you can see a lot more details on the shirt, right? Super clear. As a matter of fact, I'm just noticing it right now. Very clear compared to the V3, right? So if you're like, if you're into details or something, especially with some products or whatnot, this is better. Now, one thing though, both of these cameras, or both of these webcams, right, they don't have autofocus. So that's one caveat, right? If you're into autofocus or putting product on a camera, these aren't reliable because they will not autofocus at all. So if you notice, right, it's out of focus. They're not really it's still focused on my face, right? Because that's the focus on it. On the CamSync 4K, the focus is actually weird. It has a manual focus, but you don't need to go to the settings. You can actually just twist the camera lens as if it's like a real camera to adjust the focus. However, it's a little bit cumbersome because if you do that, you might move your camera on its placement. So I don't like it that much, although it's there, at least you have that option. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of side by side. Right now, both of them are just in front of on the top of my monitor here for a quick comparison. But yeah, on the left side, you do have the Creative Live Cam Sync V3. That is the movement. And then on the right side here, you have the Creative Live Cam Sync 4K. I think they're just pretty much the same on the movement, although I don't know, there's something on the Sync V3 that I appreciate. I think it's very, very fast. But if you're not really gonna move so much on the camera, I think the 4K is better for overall color science and contrast, right? If you look on the monitor in the back, it's very clear there. Final Fantasy remake, and it's very, very sharp, right? At least it's, you know, it's clear, and then the color science is really great compared to the CamSync V3, right? I'm gonna look on the green bar as well, and then on my acoustic panel there, you can see that they're darker, but it's still detailed compared to this CamSync V3. They're a little bit mushy again, right? A little bit blurry. But that's what I noticed. And again, finally, my shirt is super detailed on the 4K. You can also configure this. We go to OBS, for example, double click, go to the properties, and then double click that, adjust the camera. You'll be able to adjust some stuff like this, brightness, contrast. All of the first options on the first tab is good. It's adjustable, and then you can also select the white balance, and other stuff there. Now there's also like camera control. You can adjust the exposure, either automatic or manual, right? I always use automatic because manual isn't, or manual because automatic isn't really good. It's kind of like blowing up. Look at that. So I use automatic, and it's crazy here, right? So I don't like that. I always like put it on manual like that. Now, of course, you can adjust it, but currently we're at 5, right? If you adjust it any higher, it will of course become really, really bright, as you can see down below. And then if you adjust it a little bit lower, it's just gonna be super dark there. So I just prefer using 5, but again, you have the option to automatically adjust that if you want to do. Now also, you can control it using the creative itself. Now if you go to the creative, you have an automatic, or that's the creative software. You can choose which one you would like to adjust, right? For example, I have the creative live CamSync V3 here in the 4K. So you can adjust it to be pretty much the same as the option that you have earlier, but you can also do it here. Exposure, as you can see, it's going nasty. If you don't want to mess up with OBS, you can do it here, or just leave it like that. That's pretty much it. The options that you have. Again, this is kind of like a quick review, right, of the Cam 4K, right? So this is the V3 and this is the 4K. So that is a quick review on this camera comparison. I actually reviewed the Creative Live CamSync V3 already several months ago. If you're interested in that one, I'm going to put that in the link, but I believe this comparison will give you much more better insight on which one to buy, right? This might help you in your purchase decision. Although I remember when I unboxed the Creative Live CamSync V3, I compared that with my Logitech C922, right, which I actually have here. But yeah, I did compare that as well. But that's all for today, guys. Let me know down in the comments below. If you have any questions, any comments, any suggestion below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. As you can see, I unbox and review products that I purchased myself. Again, this is not a sponsored video, so this might help you in your purchase decision. So subscribe, and thanks so much for supporting the channel. But that's all for today. Stay safe, guys, and see you on my next one.